Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special and exciting Regent Seven Seas Cruises webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Manager here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. The webinar will run about 30 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Randall James. Randall started his 14-year cruise career in the reservations team in Omaha, Nebraska. After several years supporting the advisor community within passenger services, he moved over to the Regent sales team, where he now works with travel advisors coast to coast in their efforts to sell the most unrivaled experience at sea. Randall has a vast knowledge of many areas within the organization, and his passion for the brand has allowed him to sail on Regent Seven Seas cruises 10 times so far. He looks forward to continuing his travels on board the world's most luxurious fleet. And with that, take it away, Randall.
Thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate that. And actually, I just passed 11. Just got back from Alaska. Great trip, and I really love to see our product. So, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about the Regent experience. We are celebrating our 30th year in business. 1992, we were Diamond Cruises, moved over to Radisson, and now we're Regent. So we're in our 30th year, and we're very excited. First thing I want to look at is just some of the luxury trends. I've always liked seeing, kind of where the luxury market is growing. So the last, year 2018 had a 5% growth in the luxury market overall. As you can see here, though, luxury cruises are at a 7% growth. So the folks are out there, buying the luxury cars, fine wines and spirits, luxury goods. But cruises is leading the industry. So our growth, it's out there. Your folks are looking for a luxury experience, and I think we're really here to provide that for them. Also looking just where the wealth resides. And right, during these years right now, we're at about 50% for our baby boomers. As you can see though, Gen X is starting to close the gap. So looking at just who we want to attract for our guests, and obviously who you want to attract for your guests. Right now, like I say, those Gen X are probably, in a field, maybe not in the luxury market at this time, but they are building towards that. So it's always important to just have a real good idea and a good outlook on, where you're going to find the client that is going to be able to sail on the luxury brand. Our commitment to you is always that we're going to deliver the most incredible experience for our guests for the greatest value. We support our travel agent community, long-lasting relationships, referrals, repeat business. I mean, we're here because of you. In all honesty, we could not do this obviously without you. Our commitment to your guests is that we aim to deliver an unrivaled experience with every luxury included, freeing your guests to enjoy every moment as they explore the world. And that truly is seen on board our ships. Like I did mention, I just did come back from Alaska, and every little tiny thing that you can ever think of, was really taken care of. And I've heard a lot of our guests who are on the cruise with me, not knowing that I was an employee, telling me, "Oh, how great is this? This is so much better than our last cruise." And I think even we have even improved ourselves on that. And that is our promise that we'll continue to do that. So just in case you haven't sold Regent Seven Seas Cruises, we are the most all-inclusive cruise line in the world. That's going to be our business class air on intercontinental flights, economy air for domestic flights, unlimited shore excursions, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. But the key to that is that it's not one or two options in each port. It's usually an average around 5 to 7 different options that are included. One night pre-cruise hotel in our concierge suites and higher, beverages, and that's going to be all beverages, your fine wines, your premium spirits, your non-alcoholic drinks as well are unlimited on board. Open bars, lounges. We also have that in-suite mini bar that's replenished daily. And if you drink too many Coca-Colas, it'll be replenished more than daily. It'll come a couple times a day. Prepaid gratuities, it's already included. They don't have to worry about any tipping on board. Especially restaurants are included. You just have to have a reservation. Our transfers, Wi-Fi, and then a new thing that we've put out is actually valet laundry service, which is included, and it saves a lot of people that moment of packing before you leave. It's really nice to pack clean clothes versus those that have already been used. So what is a Regent experience? It is immersive exploration, impeccable service, luxurious suites, and exquisite cuisine. And that's our four pillars here that we always are focusing on. Immersive exploration. So we talked about the unlimited shore excursions. There are also Regent choice shore excursions. Those are going to be things that have a little bit more of a cost. And what we do is we do discount those. That'd be a helicopter ride, in Alaska. That's not something that is going to be included because of limited space, but it is going to be greatly reduced. The helicopter ride was $109, and if you've ever tried to take an Alaska helicopter, you know that that is greatly reduced from what it would normally be. Small group tours, that's going to be, you have to have 10 passengers. And what we do is we actually will have our tour offerings in a smaller group. So you can go with the group that you came with. Go local tours are going to go into each one of the, we do this a lot with our Asian markets as well as European markets. We go with a local guide, and they're very small, but those are something that we definitely are promoting as well. Wellness tours. We get down to our pre and post cruise land programs. Many are included, and that's going to be, we'll have 3-night pre and post land programs. Once again, Asia is probably the predominant one, but we do also do that in Europe. Mid-cruise overland programs where the guests are able to spend the night, they leave the ship, they then will rejoin the ship a couple days later. Our pre and post hotel options, and really the 350 UNESCO World Heritage sites are visited on our each year. So we have over 450 worldwide destinations. So if anyone asks you, where does Regent go? We go everywhere. We do touch 6 of the continents. We do not go to Antarctica, unfortunately. But as you can see here with the unlimited shore excursions, like if we just use Alaska, 225 free excursions with 13 ports of call. You go to South America, it's 350 excursions over 40 ports of call. So you're looking at not just a couple options. In each port, you're going to have multiple options that your guests can choose from. And like I say, it is our hallmark, the unlimited shore excursions. We love that. Our impeccable service, like I say, I cannot say enough about what happens on board. Dedicated attendants and butlers, the chefs, maitre d's, sommeliers, our wait staff. I really just believe that they're top notch. They spend so much time just making sure that your experience is the best it can be. Highly experienced staff and crew, and then every little detail is taken care of. Our fleet, so we do have, right now we have 5 ships that are in service. We have our Seven Seas Navigator, our Seven Seas Voyager and Mariner are sister ships, and those hold 700. Those are all suite, all balcony. The Navigator's 95% balcony. Our Explorer and Splendor are sister ships. Those are our 2 newest ships, and then arriving in 2023 will be the Seven Seas Grandeur, and we couldn't be more excited to welcome her. Just to show you the Grandeur, because we love to show pictures just like they're our kids, because they kind of are. So the ship length 735 feet. It's going to hold 750 guests. It really, we have built our knowledge over the 30 years, and every single time we put out a new ship, we try to just really our 3 decades of delivering unparalleled service, we want to put that into the ship. So we listen to our past guests, we listen to the industry, and we try to make sure that we are the vision of the future. So here's our grand suite. As you'll see, the tones are just magnificent. Just that relaxing wood tone. You're looking at the Grandeur suite here. Our Seven Seas suite. This is one of our penthouse, and what I wanted to point out was, and this picture does the best of it, is each one of those from the penthouse up do have the separate bedroom where you are able to close the doors. So it does definitely separate the the sleeping area from your living area, which is something that we were told by a lot of guests that that's something that they definitely wanted, especially in the upper suites, where you may have more than two folks. You may be bringing more, like I say, 3 or 4 people. So you get down to our deluxe suite. So as you can see, and it may not come across as well, that bed is actually, the foot of the bed is facing, you're facing straight out the deck window. Being a balcony, you can wake up with the sea every morning. This is something, when they turned that bed, I was, floored that this is a new idea, and I've sailed that way now, and I'm going to tell you, it is incredible to wake up and the blinds are open. You're just looking out in the ocean. So Prime 7, this is one of our specialty restaurants. It's a steakhouse. It does have the limited seating, so to talk about that, you do make reservations prior to the cruise. It's going to be a one night per cabin. You can obviously share with other cabins as well. Once you're on board, you can request additional nights, but we do want to be able to allow everyone to experience our observation lounge. And what I really hope is coming across is just how roomy everything is. It's just the space on board. So what's new with Regent? Well, our brand new Voyage collection, I can't believe it, but we're looking April of 2024 through May of 2025. And we we have some of the highlights on that. The pre-registration has already begun. So what that entails is, if you do have your favorite agent, one of our reservation agents, they are keeping great notes on exactly what someone's looking for, because it will not open for reservations until August the 24th. But since it's all out there on the website, everyone can see it. You may have someone who knows exactly where they want to go, exactly what category, and they may even know what cabin. So we want to make sure that on August 24th, our entire reservation staff will actually be there for our opening shift. They will book everything that has been pre-registered, and then they'll definitely you'll be able to call as well. 130 plus in-port overnights, 18 new ports of call. That's so important, that we always are trying to reinvent ourselves and going to different places, especially with our past passengers who are so loyal to us. We want to give them a new ports of call to call on, and then 4 grand voyages. So our Seven Seas Grandeur, it'll kick off the season. It will do Western and Eastern Mediterranean. That'll be towards 2023 in the fall. It then spends the fall in Canada, New England, which brand new ship. I just really, some of our U.S. passengers being able to go somewhere close. I know that a lot of folks, are not looking to fly very far. They can sometimes, maybe they could even drive. So I think that's just going to be such a great opportunity for our U.S. passengers. And then from November through mid-March, it'll alternate Eastern, Western Caribbean. So the Grandeur really will be doing mostly right around the United States for 24 and the beginning of 25. Our Splendor, so the summer of 2024, it's going to be in the Western Med, Greek Isles. It does go to Northern Europe as well. In the winter, it will actually make 2 voyages around the tip of South America. And we're going to cruise by Antarctica. Like I said, that's the one place that we do not stop. But there's also overnights in Montevideo, Rio de Janeiro, and then we do have new ports that we're actually visiting as well. And obviously some of those names I'm going to butcher, but Japavgur, Iceland, and Hermai, Iceland. I've seen only pictures of those two, and fantastic. Our Explorer, summer 2024, it's going to Alaska, and I think this is really the perfect size ship to go to Alaska for us. There are so many of the bigger ships that go through Alaska. One thing that we've always really enjoyed is our ability to always be able to port. We only need a tender in one port at this point, and that's because of a rock slide. It's not because of the size of our ships, but we also, when we get to the glaciers, we can get a lot closer to the glaciers. With the smaller ship, which gives us way better views. Winter, it's going to go Grand Asia Exploration, which we'll talk about here. 11 remarkable ports, overnights in Kyoto, 14 nights from Singapore to Hong Kong. You have Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City, Philippines, Cambodia. You go to Angkor Wat for our overland programs, 4 Tokyo round trips. We're just really excited for that, and we're seeing a lot of interest in that region, especially in 24 and 25. Voyager. Voyager is going to do Mediterranean over the summer, be in Europe. Once we get to the winter, we are doing a grand spice route, which is a 70-night journey. So what we started seeing with our world cruise and longer sailings was a lot of our clientele are looking for longer cruises that really explore a larger area. So we are trying to accommodate that with new ports. Like I said, our past passengers feed us, a lot of information. So we're very lucky in that. So we want to definitely make sure that they are able to do what they're asking for. Our Mariner does Northern Europe, and then it's going to do a Grand Arctic adventure, another one of the longer sailings that we've talked about a little bit. After the Grand Arctic, it does come to the Mediterranean, and it'll finish up in the Caribbean into an Amazon voyage, and then do the world cruise. Our Navigator, and this is our most seasoned ship, and I will tell you, it is probably the most loyal folks. Folks love this ship. It's a little bit different than the rest of our ships. Like I said, it's 95% balcony. The porthole windows are full size. I shouldn't use porthole. They're actually full view windows, suites. But it will do the Mediterranean. Starts the season there. Does Northern Europe and Mediterranean, and then in the winter it will come back to the Caribbean. So those grand voyages we talked about. So we have the Grand Arctic Adventure, which is New York to Barcelona. That's going to start on June 2nd of 2024. We have our Grand European Sojourn on our Voyager, June 28th. Our Grand Asia Exploration, which is Tokyo to Sydney, that's a 63 night. And then our Grand Spice Route, Auckland to Athens. So I'll give you just kind of the overview. Obviously, there's a lot of ports here, but as you can see, you really touch so much of Europe on this, and the fjords, the North Sea. You're going to definitely get British Isles, Berlin, Oslo, Norway, and then you spend some time in Portugal and Spain. So there are 8 port overnights. 18 new ports you have in the Mediterranean. You can see Malta, Italy, Greece, just calling on a lot of different places. Like I said, our past passengers have always called for that, and we were able to secure that for these longer seasons. We have our Grand European Sojourn, round trip Lisbon. So on that one, obviously, you're going to be looking at the entire Med, British Isles, but we'll also get over, into the Turkey, Israel area, Greece, 10 overnight stays, 402 free excursions, free phone time, and that's going to be something that's not included all the time, but on these longer voyages, you will have also the door-to-door luggage service. So they will pick it up from your residence. They will then take it, obviously, into to the entire ship, and then they will be returned to your door. So you do not need to worry about bringing everything with you, as these are obviously longer cruises, a lot more luggage. A Grand Asia exploration, and this is something that I've talked to our reservation staff, and folks are just really excited to do this. We have Australia into Asia. Um, just really a lot about the Eastern culture. 197 free excursions on this one. Like I said, the door-to-door luggage service, phone time, onboard medical service. And each one of these will have a gift, of course. We're not, we're going to definitely give a gift. And then the Grand Spice Route, Auckland to Athens, kind of coming the other way. So if you look at it, it's a lot like a world cruise that's been broken down a little bit, but we're doing it towards the middle of the year. World cruises, obviously, we do still have a world cruise at the beginning of the year. We have seen really, really large demand for our world cruises. So during the year, we're also trying to have these longer cruises for some folks that we can definitely look out for. Overnight stays on this one: Tokyo, Ho Chi Minh City, Bali, Sydney, Montreal, Monte Carlo, Venice, Jerusalem, Istanbul, Reykjavik, Stockholm. As you can see, it's just really, our overnight stays are amazing. You're going to stay on the ship, use it as your hotel, but you can see some of these cities that are a lot of times just turnaround ports, and you want to definitely explore a little bit. So special offers right now through the end of this month. There's a $500 shipboard credit plus a one-night post-cruise hotel package. We do include the pre-cruise hotel for our folks in our higher categories there. So we are also including the one-night post-cruise package. These are on select 2023 voyages in Europe, but it must be booked by August the 31st. So at the time of recording, this is still obviously available. If you are listening to this and it's not still in the month of August, definitely check with your folks here, and we will have a promotion for sure at that time. But we definitely wanted to share this as we do have about 2 weeks still to get these folks into Europe. At all times, we can also do the ambassador, and this is something that I think that a lot of our past guests don't take advantage of. They are so great with telling everyone, all their great experiences and everything that they're really enjoying, and it gets folks to come on board. Well, we want to reward them for that. So if a past passenger does refer a new guest, it's $250 savings on the past passengers booking, as well as there's a $250 savings for the new referred friend. And you can refer as many as you're bringing on. They do have to be, like I say, new guests, and that does need to be registered on our site within 14 days of that new passenger making a deposit. But definitely take advantage of this program. One way to really learn even more, obviously we only had a short time today, but our Travel Partner Center, which is rssc.com, and then if you actually just scroll to our Partner Center, which is on the bottom of the page, sign yourself up. It's really easy. It's just name, email, and we do have on our website a tutorial of that. That is a good place. You're going to find your health and safety protocols. You're going to find online check-in, your guest registrations. That's where you can make a booking online. So really look at that, and then you can also learn. Our university, which is the fourth tab over there, it's 4 courses, and we are all required to take it as well, even though we work here, just because it's such a great resource for us. So how are you going to sell Regent? Utilize your social connections. Definitely any clubs, any online communities you're a part of. Also, we always call it fish where the fish are. So get involved with charities, social clubs, businesses that cater to upscale clients. Go to where they are, and become a peer, someone who's trusted. People buy from the people that they trust. Um, Bucket list challenge is also something that I love, and that's going to be just ask your potential guests what's on their bucket list. Is it a destination? Is it an experience? And then a lot of times you'll find that we can fulfill that with some of our pre and posts, also with the different number of itineraries that we do have. We do have our social media, and on our site, our travel agent center as well, we have in our marketing central, we have videos that are you can definitely send out to a client. You can also, there are different ways of like promoting things. We've done all the flyers for you. Everything's professionally done. You can put your name, put your logo on it, and it can go out. Really upsell as well. The premium cruise lines, the folks that are booking the suites are the people booking those tours, those scenifications. They're always flying business class. Those are the clients. So you definitely want to at least, and sometimes just offering it will. I think with the inclusions, you do have to sell the inclusions first. You have to concentrate on that added value, not on the price, because folks will understand value. That is what we're all looking for, something for value for our money. And then just stay in contact with your clients. I mean, they're going to tell you that one big trip, that one thing that maybe they've always wanted to do, this one large trip for the family, or they personally want on their 50th anniversary, they want to do something a little bit more than what they usually do. So just knowing your client, obviously you guys know that, is the way to continue. That is all for me. I really appreciate the time that you guys sat with me, and I think we might have some questions. We'll see.
We do have some questions coming in, and I invite everybody to keep them coming. Our first questions, a few people are wondering how Regent handles clients with mobility issues and other disabilities on board.
Absolutely. So we do have within our different categories, it's 8 different suites that are for folks with mobility throughout the ship. We have in the last 5 years, we have really made more and more with any of our dry docks. We've made sure that we've had mobility specialists come in and tell us, hey, this is something that might be kind of more difficult for folks. We lowered our tables in our main dining room. That was one of the things and it was, I think we only lowered them by like 3 inches, but I can tell you that Regent definitely focuses to make sure that everything that we can do. We have ramps over our doorsteps. We do have the showers that have mobility. We have maybe it's a hearing issue. We have the TV to earpiece things on our shore excursions. We also try to do that. We are limited, by countries. That there are some countries that are a little bit more difficult for mobility, but we do everything on our end that we can, for sure.
Got it. Thank you so much. Our next question is from Stephen, who is wondering if you could talk a little bit more about the EcoConnect and behind the design tours.
Yeah. So what happened was Regent, and as a whole, our entire company has really started to focus, on different things ecologically. I can never say that word. I was trying to avoid saying it, but we are focusing more on our footprint. And so when we can, and in different ports, we will have we'll have shore excursions that legitimately go, and they kind of talk about different places that we different places that are and what they're doing to help our planet. We have that a lot in Europe. They're a little bit ahead of us, I think, in that, and so we'll definitely have those type of tours. And then also we're trying to do more walking tours if we're able to. So we did change some of our shore excursions where we used to get in a bus and maybe go 4 blocks. We have now included a walk. So the kind of as a focus, to try to do that. And then the other one he asked about, I'm sorry, Echo, and then I missed the second part of that question. Sorry. Anna?
I think that was it
Oh,
actually.
oh, okay, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you for that. Our next question is from Tom, who is wondering if a client gets a pre-cruise hotel night through Regent, is a transfer included from hotel to port?
absolutely. So let me just kind of go over the transfers with you. If you're doing our airfare and you're doing our hotel, you're going to go from the airport to the hotel, hotel to the ship. If you're doing our hotel, if you're purchasing our hotel, you're going to have the transfer from the airport to the hotel, hotel to ship. We need your air schedule. If you do something on your own, unfortunately, it would not be included. It will be on the end that you do that. So, like, let's say you only do a pre-cruise and you don't do our airfare, post-cruise, you would be on your own for transfers. We do offer them for a price. Obviously, we can do that, but included, and with our included hotel, it's included. With our airfare, it's going to be included. With unless you deviate, which is going to be like if you come in 3 days early and you're not doing something with us.
Okay, understood. Our next question is from James, who is wondering if you can speak about accommodating single travelers.
So we do have single supplements like everybody does, but on our website we have it's under our special offers page, and it shows the single supplements. We have reduced single supplements on I think there's about 40 right now or 45 sailings that have the reduced single supplement. We will do that throughout. It's not just one area. It's definitely something that we try to focus on. But all of our cabins are based on double occupancy, so there will be a single supplement. But we do run some promotions to try to accommodate that.
Okay, great. And it looks like this is our last question from Geneva, who is wondering which ports of call will come out of New York City.
So on that so from New York, we're gonna do like a New York to Montreal. We'll do the Grand Arctic as well. That goes over to Europe. We usually with our crossings will end up in Miami. We will the New York really is just going to be more of our New England, Canada, New England ports, and then that Grand Arctic that goes there. That's really about it for New York. We like I said, we use Miami for any crossings and things like that.
Okay, got it. And I think those are all of our questions. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And thank you, Randall, for all of that wonderful information.
Absolutely. And you guys were an amazing audience. I know you're all sitting there just with smiles on your face, but I appreciate the time for sure.
Have a great rest of your week, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.